Lauren adjusted the straps of her daughter's car seat and sighed. It was her birthday, but instead of celebrating, she was heading to a meeting. Her husband, Daniel, was already out the door, barely offering a quick, happy birthday, as he grabbed his keys. Their 8-month-old daughter, Lily, cooed from the back seat, unaware of the growing tension around her. Lauren had always known Daniel's mother, Gloria, could be difficult, but things had changed after Lily was born. Gloria's polite disapproval turned into quiet cruelty. She left Lily alone? Shanice, Lauren's best friend, gasped over the phone. For hours, Lauren replied. In an 85-degree room. Her diaper was soaked. She was screaming when we found her. Where are you watching from today? Kindly hit like, comment and subscribe to this channel for more. It hadn't always been like this. When Lauren and Daniel first met, Gloria had been distant but civil. Daniel was blonde, blue-eyed, raised in old Connecticut wealth, while Lauren, a Japanese-American graphic designer, came from a middle-class family in California. They dated for 5 years with barely a whisper of family drama. But when they announced Lauren's pregnancy, everything shifted. At the announcement dinner, Lauren leaned in to hug Gloria. The older woman stiffened. Well, I suppose these things happen, Gloria muttered. Excuse me? Lauren asked, confused. Gloria forced a smile. Oh, nothing, dear. Just thinking about future challenges. Daniel stepped in quickly. Mom, don't do this. From that moment on, the warmth in Gloria's voice disappeared. During the pregnancy, she began sending articles to Daniel. Studies show identity issues in mixed-race children, one email read. Higher risk of behavioral disorders, read another. Daniel would delete them before Lauren saw, but the damage crept in. They reduced contact. No more weekend visits. But Gloria always found ways to stay close, sending gifts through Daniel's sister, Rachel, or dropping by just to check in. When Lily was born, Gloria came to the hospital, held her for 30 seconds, then claimed she was feeling faint and left. Lauren watched her go, clutching Lily to her chest, unsure if it was exhaustion or heartbreak. 8 months later, Gloria surprised them. She said she'd started therapy and was confronting her prejudices. A letter arrived, handwritten, apologizing for her behavior. I want to learn. I want to be better, for Lily, it read. Cautiously, Lauren and Daniel allowed limited contact. Supervised visits only, no overnight stays. Gloria seemed changed. She brought children's books in Japanese. She asked about traditions, even learned how to make mochi. On Lily's first birthday, she gifted her a handmade blanket stitched with both American and Japanese symbols. Maybe she's really trying, Lauren whispered to Daniel one night. They both wanted it to be true. So when Lauren's cousin announced a wedding in Portland, Gloria offered to babysit. You two need time together. I've raised 3 children, remember? She said. She arrived early with homemade baby food and helped pack Lily's bag. Lauren hesitated but nodded. Just a few hours. We'll be home by midnight. Gloria smiled almost warmly. Throughout the evening she sent photos. Lily playing, eating, splashing in the bath. The last one came at 8:30 p.m. Lily sleeping peacefully in her crib. Everything seemed fine. Until 10:47 when Lauren's phone rang. It was their neighbor Sarah. Hey, is everything okay? I saw Gloria leave an hour ago, but I can still hear Lily crying. Lauren's breath caught in her throat. What do you mean she left? She asked. I saw her car pull out around 9:30, Sarah said, concerned. I figured you were back, but I've been hearing the baby cry since then. Lauren's hands shook as she grabbed her purse. Daniel, she called. He was already grabbing the car keys, his face pale. Lauren called Gloria's number. Straight to voicemail. She called again. Nothing. Daniel sped through the streets while Lauren frantically dialed 911. Our baby is home alone, she said, voice trembling. The sitter left. Please, someone needs to check on her. When they pulled into the driveway, red and blue lights lit the street. Police officers were already inside. Lily was still in her crib, soaked with sweat, diaper full, screaming with everything she had left in her tiny lungs. Lauren rushed in and scooped her up, rocking her gently. Shoo, Mama's here. I've got you, she whispered through tears. An officer gestured toward the thermostat. Someone turn the heat up to 85 and close the windows, he said grimly. She's lucky she didn't dehydrate. Meanwhile, Daniel was searching the house. Her purse is gone, he muttered. But her iPad's still here. And it's still logged in. Daniel sat at the kitchen table scrolling through Gloria's emails. What he found made him stop cold. Lauren, he said, voice hollow. You need to see this. Gloria had been part of a private online group. Grandparents for Genetic Preservation. Lauren scrolled through the hateful messages. Posts of Lily with captions like, "Look what my son did to our bloodline." Comments about how to protect family legacy. But that wasn't the worst of it. One thread described how to document neglect in order to build a custody case. She was trying to make us look unfit, Lauren whispered, stunned. She planned this. She left Lily alone on purpose, Daniel said quietly. Her group was meeting that night. In person. She wanted us to come home from the wedding drunk, find Lily crying, then she'd call CPS. Lauren's knees buckled. She planned it like a trap, she said, holding Lily tighter. Months of it, Daniel added. She took photos of the house to make it look messy. Logged fake incidents. Recorded Lily crying. A police officer came back inside. We found her car 3 blocks down. She was sitting inside watching the house. CPS launched an investigation. But thanks to their neighbor's call, their doorbell camera footage, and Gloria's own emails, the truth came out fast. Gloria was arrested for child endangerment and filing a false report. The court issued a restraining order, 500 feet from Lily, from their home, from Lauren's office. But Lauren quickly learned that paper couldn't stop a woman like Gloria. Every morning at 8:15, Gloria's silver sedan would creep past Little Blossom's daycare, just slowly enough that Lauren could see her behind the tinted windows. She never got out, never broke the distance, but Lauren knew. He was watching. Lauren started snapping photos with her phone. Daniel installed a dashcam in her car, angled toward the sidewalk. She wants us to feel hunted, Lauren told him. Then we'll turn the tables. The director of Lily's daycare, Mrs. Chin, quietly noticed the drive-bys too. We've moved Lily's play area to the back, she told Lauren one morning. Just in case. 3 weeks after the restraining order was issued, things escalated. Lauren found a manila envelope tucked under her windshield wiper. No return address. Just her name in Gloria's unmistakable handwriting. Inside were printed articles about cultural identity in mixed children. Passages about behavioral struggles and emotional confusion were highlighted in yellow. A short handwritten note was attached, still thinking about Lily's future. Daniel clenched his jaw when he saw it. We should take this straight to the police. Lauren hesitated. Not yet. We need more. He's smart. This alone isn't enough. They made copies and locked the originals in their home safe. A few days later, Lauren went to Target with Lily. As she pushed her cart through the baby aisle, she felt that crawling sensation, like someone watching. She turned and there she was. Gloria. Baseball cap. Sunglasses. Pretending to look at baby formula. But Lauren recognized her. The posture, the tilt of her head. Their eyes met. Gloria didn't flinch. She smiled. Lauren grabbed Lily and walked straight out of the store, abandoning her half-filled cart. In the parking lot, her hands trembled as she tried to buckle Lily's car seat. Gloria's car wasn't there. Someone must have dropped her off. She was planning again. That night, Daniel's sister Rachel called. How's Lily? She asked too casually. You guys still doing daycare drop-offs in the mornings? Daniel narrowed his eyes. Why are you asking? After a long pause, Rachel admitted the truth. Mom's been calling me every day, crying, saying she misses Lily. She wants to work something out privately. Daniel's face darkened. She left our baby alone in a hot room. There is nothing to work out. Rachel sounded conflicted. She says she's not dangerous. Just heartbroken. Lauren, listening in, shook her head. She's not heartbroken. She's obsessed. They started switching up their routines. Different daycare drop-off times. Alternate routes to work. Lauren worked from home more often while Daniel adjusted his office schedule. Lauren's mother flew in from California and moved into the guest room. I'm not going anywhere, she said firmly. I'll be your second set of eyes. Her presence gave Lauren strength. One night at 2 a.m. their smart baby monitor pinged an alert. Motion detected. Lily was sleeping soundly, but Lauren checked the footage anyway. A small red dot danced across the nursery wall. Like a laser pointer. Daniel bolted outside. Nothing. But their neighbor's security camera caught a figure in dark clothes slipping away into the night. The footage was too grainy to identify anyone, but the timing left no doubt. Lauren filed another police report. Without hard proof it was her, the officer explained, we can't press charges. A laser pointer isn't a crime. Lauren stared at him stunned. So we just wait until she actually does something worse? The officer shrugged. Upgrade your cameras. Stay alert. Daniel installed more lights, more cameras, and a new video doorbell. Their home was starting to feel like a high-security bunker. This isn't how a family should live, Lauren whispered one night. But we have to. For Lily. Lauren's mother sat across from her the next morning, watching her sip coffee with trembling hands. You've lost weight, she said quietly. You need to eat. Lauren stared at her cup. I feel like I'm always waiting for something terrible to happen. Her mother nodded. That means you're awake. And she's desperate. Desperate people make mistakes. He was right. The next mistake arrived via FedEx. A thick envelope addressed to Daniel. The return address claimed to be a law firm in Hartford. Inside, legal-looking documents about grandparent visitation rights. Gloria had even copied Daniel's entire extended family. At first glance it looked legitimate. But Daniel noticed the letterhead looked off. The logo was pixelated. The font didn't match. This law firm doesn't even exist, he muttered. Lauren flipped through the pages. She mixed up legal codes. These are from 2 different states. They checked the address. It belonged to a dentist's office. Gloria had made the whole thing on her home computer trying to scare them. Lauren called Ms. Rodriguez, their lawyer. It's mail fraud, she confirmed. Federal offense. Now we're getting somewhere. 2 days later Lily's daycare called. Hi Mrs. Adams, the director said. A woman claiming to be your sister just called. She said there was a family emergency and she needed to pick up Lily. Lauren's heart dropped. What did you do? We asked for the safety word. She hung up. They traced the call to a burner phone purchased with cash. That same evening Lauren and Daniel withdrew Lily from daycare. I'll watch her, Lauren's mother said without hesitation. Nothing else matters right now. The stress was unrelenting. Daniel's jaw stayed tight. Lauren jumped at every sound. Lily thankfully remained cheerful, babbling, taking her first wobbling steps between the couch and coffee table. Then Daniel's Aunt Patricia called. I need to tell you something, she said. Gloria was drinking at the family barbecue. She started talking about how Lily would be better off without influence. How she has plans to make sure she grows up right. Patricia's voice shook. It didn't sound like venting. It sounded serious. That was the last straw. Daniel and Lauren hired Ms. Rodriguez full-time. We're not fighting for custody, Lauren told her. We just want to be safe. The lawyer nodded. Then we document everything. Every phone call, every email, every envelope, every suspicious person near your house. Gloria's not going to stop. But we can stay ahead of her. Lauren sat back in the chair and exhaled. We're not victims anymore, she whispered. We're building our own case now. Gloria's next move was flowers. Bouquets began arriving at Lauren's office every other day. Roses, lilies, orchids. Each came with a small card, thinking of you both. For Lily's future. No name. No return address. But the handwriting was familiar. How romantic, a coworker joked. Lauren forced a smile but tossed every bouquet in the trash. Before doing so she photographed them. Cards, faces, everything. She's reminding you that she's close, Ms. Rodriguez explained when Lauren dropped off the pictures. Classic intimidation tactic. Lauren nodded. Then let's intimidate her back with evidence. One evening Daniel's brother Jason showed up at their door looking tired and nervous. Can I talk to you? He asked quietly. Inside he sat down and took a deep breath. Gloria's been calling me non-stop. She wanted me to spy on you. She even offered to pay for a private investigator. Lauren's jaw clenched. She's trying to build an army, she said. Jason slid his phone across the table. I recorded the calls. You need to hear how she sounds. Gloria's voice came through loud and manic, speaking about betrayal and saving the child before it's too late. The days blurred together after that. Lily developed separation anxiety, clinging to Lauren even when she went to the bathroom. Daniel started grinding his teeth in his sleep. Lauren's mother extended her stay again. You need help, she said gently. All three of you. Every day brought a new weirdness. Parked cars on the street for hours, strangers taking pictures of the house. One man claimed he was a bird watcher, another said he was looking to buy property. They're all lying, Lauren muttered. She's sending them. Daniel stared at the footage. We need more protection. Thanksgiving came, but they didn't go to the family gathering. I'm not breaking bread with people who still defend her, Daniel said. They stayed home with Lauren's mom and made a small dinner. Meanwhile, Gloria posted old family photos on Facebook. Daniel as a boy, Rachel holding a baby doll, with captions like, families fall apart too easily these days. Lauren rolled her eyes. She's painting herself as the victim. That night, Lauren walked the house 3 times, checking every lock, every window. This isn't motherhood, she whispered. This is war. Ms. Rodriguez was doing everything she could, but the system was slow. Mail fraud is a federal matter. And the restraining order only works if she breaks it in a clear, traceable way, she explained. Lauren nodded bitterly. And Gloria's too careful for that. Then one morning Lauren opened the front door and froze. Sitting on the porch was Lily's stuffed elephant, the one she'd lost at the park a week ago. No note. Just the toy perfectly clean. She was close enough to take this, Lauren whispered. And we didn't even see her. That was the moment they decided to stop reacting. We've been playing defense this whole time, Lauren said. No more. She and Daniel sat down with Ms. Rodriguez. Teach us how to fight back. The lawyer handed them a thick binder labeled Gloria Adams, case file. We build patterns. Build pressure. Eventually we show the court that she's more than a nuisance, she's dangerous. Lauren nodded slowly. Let's make sure the law finally sees what we've been living through. They implemented a check-in system. Every 2 hours, Lauren would ping Daniel and her mom with a simple, okay. Her mother now accompanied her everywhere. To the grocery store, daycare, even short walks with Lily. One morning, while reviewing her parenting groups on Facebook, Lauren spotted a strange comment from a user named Concerned Grandma. The comment questioned the influence of interracial marriages on children's mental health. The grammar, the tone, it was Gloria. Lauren screenshotted everything, but by noon the account was gone. She's getting smarter, Lauren whispered. She's deleting evidence faster. Later that same week, Daniel was reviewing their credit reports when he noticed something strange. Someone's been trying to access my file, he said. Soft inquiries from weird companies. Lauren sat up. She's fishing for financial info. They froze their credit and filed a fraud alert. But that wasn't all. Lauren's mom noticed their mail looked tampered with. Bank statements resealed, envelopes oddly wrinkled. They installed a locking mailbox and rerouted sensitive documents to Lauren's office. This is psychological warfare, Daniel muttered. And we're living it every day. But Gloria wasn't done. Lauren left work one day to find a photo tucked under her windshield wiper. It showed Lily at the park, taken from a distance. On the back, Gloria had scribbled, "She looks just like Daniel at that age." Lauren's stomach dropped. "She's erasing me," she whispered. Security footage showed a woman in a floppy hat and oversized sunglasses placing the photo. Lauren brought the image and footage to the detective, who shook his head. "It's her. But it's not clear enough. We need more." Lauren clenched her fists. "Then we'll give you more." The next blow came from Daniel's cousin Ava. "I think you should know. Gloria's been calling everyone. Telling them you're unfit. That Lauren's isolating Daniel and teaching Lily, confusing things." Lauren's throat tightened. "She's trying to rewrite the story." That week their landline began getting calls. Heavy breathing, then silence. Always around dinner or bedtime. Gloria knew their routines. "She's turning this into a full-time campaign," Daniel said. "She won't stop until she gets what she wants." Lauren looked at her daughter and whispered, "Then neither will we." At the local library, Lauren took Lily to their usual baby music class. But something felt off. The librarian mentioned, Lily's grandma was asking about toddler programs last week. Said she wanted to volunteer. Lauren froze. "What did she look like?" she asked. The librarian described Gloria perfectly. Lauren left with Lily and never returned. That evening, Daniel confronted his sister Rachel again. "Are you still talking to her?" he asked. Rachel hesitated. She offered to help pay off my student loans, in exchange for Lily's schedule. Daniel slammed his hand on the table. So you gave it to her? Rachel swore she didn't, but trust was gone. A neighbor mentioned seeing a woman walking a small white dog past their house every morning. Gloria didn't own a dog, but she'd borrowed one, just as a cover. Always staying just outside the 500-foot boundary. Always watching. Fake social media accounts popped up weekly. Family First 1952, Eldercare Truth. All pushing posts about grandparents' rights and how family loyalty was being lost in modern parenting. Ms. Rodriguez called them coordinated harassment. She's not alone, the lawyer warned. There's a whole movement of people like her. Lauren felt her stomach twist. She's just one piece of something bigger. Lily's first clear word, Mama, should have been a moment of joy. Instead, Lauren's chest tightened. What if she uses this? She asked Daniel. What if she claims I'm turning Lily against her family? Daniel put a hand on hers. She's not family anymore. They later found out Gloria had been attending a grief support group, pretending she was a cut-off grandmother. She cried to strangers, showed edited photos of Lily, ones where Lauren was cropped out. Some group members had even written letters on her behalf. Lauren stared at one. She's rewriting history one lie at a time. Then came the most disturbing discovery yet. The private investigator Ms. Rodriguez hired located Gloria's secret rental home 2 towns over. Inside was a fully decorated nursery. Pink and yellow walls. Lily's name stenciled above the crib. Photos of Daniel everywhere, but none of Lauren. Not one. In a drawer they found Gloria's journal. Notes on their routines. Schedules of appointments. Pages marked with dates and phrases like, doctor visit, ideal pickup point, and park. Grandmother drives alone. Daniel's face turned white. She's not planning visits, he said. She's planning a kidnapping. They filed for an emergency hearing to strengthen the restraining order. The judge reviewed the photos and Gloria's journal. This is disturbing, he said. I'm extending the order to 1,000 feet, workplaces, schools, anywhere the child might be. But even then Lauren knew paperwork wouldn't stop someone like Gloria. Daniel looked at her over the kitchen table that night. Maybe we should move. Somewhere safer. Somewhere near your mom. Lauren nodded. We can't keep living like this. Not for Lily. The decision was made. They contacted a relocation team discreetly. Just as they were finalizing the move, they got a call from their detective. She's vanished, he said. Gloria had cleared out her rental house. Disconnected phones. Closed accounts. But they found something terrifying. Maps with Lauren's mother's address circled in red. Lauren's blood went cold. They raced to her mother's apartment. Police were already there. Lauren spotted her mother, safe, standing with an officer clutching her purse. She saw Gloria in the grocery store parking lot, the officer explained. Called us immediately. Gloria fled, but not before her license plate was captured. That license plate was the key. Police discovered Gloria had been staying with a distant cousin in rural Vermont, someone who had no idea about the charges. When law enforcement arrived, Gloria had already disappeared again. But this time Stephanie, finally seeing the danger, decided to help. She turned over burner phone numbers, possible safe houses, and emails. I believed her lies, Stephanie sobbed to Daniel. But she's gone too far. FBI agents got involved. Their case had helped uncover a network of extremist grandparents planning custody reclamations for mixed-race grandchildren across several states. The breakthrough came when Gloria made one last desperate move. She approached Stephanie again, begging for information. Stephanie stalled her long enough to call 911. Gloria was arrested outside Stephanie's apartment, surrounded by police before she could run. In custody, her facade cracked. She ranted about preserving family bloodlines, about Lily being stolen. Her words were recorded in full. The FBI built an airtight case. Stalking across state lines, conspiracy to kidnap, mail fraud, identity theft, and multiple restraining order violations. Gloria eventually accepted a plea deal. 25 years in federal prison with parole possible after 15. At the sentencing, Gloria finally looked her age, tired, defeated. The judge reviewed every piece of evidence. This is not love. This is obsession, he declared. Gloria was led away in handcuffs. She didn't look at Lauren, didn't look at Daniel. Just at the courtroom floor. Back home, Lauren tucked Lily into bed. "Daiju boo," Lily said softly, patting her mother's face. "It's okay." And this time Lauren believed her. They had their peace. Surrounded by real love, they were free to build the life Gloria had tried to destroy. Moral lesson. True family is built on love and respect, not blood. Hatred disguised as concern has no place in a child's life. And even the most calculated obsession cannot stand against the power of truth, justice, and a parent's unwavering love. Remember to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more of this.